A lot of people, when they first are introduced to Adobe Illustrator, aren't exactly sure on what its purpose in life is. With Photoshop, that's pretty easy. It's photos. With Illustrator, they say, well, okay, what am I doing here? What is the purpose of this application? For example, if I come over here, you can see we can open photographs in Adobe Illustrator, and we will do that in these lessons. However, photographs are for Photoshop. This is the primary duty of this program, at least one of them, is to draw illustrative work. Now, when you're working in Photoshop, images are constructed of pixels. When you're working in Adobe Illustrator, images are constructed of anchor points that are connected together by paths or strokes. If you come up here to the word View and click on the word Outline, you can see the strokes that make up this image, or the paths. And as you can see, all these pieces come together. We then fill those areas with colors to create the illusion of a smiling Cheshire cat. If we go back to the word View again and go to Preview, I'm going to pick up, we have three actually selection tools right here. Pick up the black one right there. And if you come over here and click, you'll notice that we can begin deconstructing our cat. Each one of these pieces comes apart. I guess we're making a Cheshire cat now. The smiling cat from Alice in Wonderland. The idea, though, is, as you can see, all these pieces are simply made up of anchor points. These little points right here are, in a sense, the nails in the board that connect the paths. The complexity of an Adobe Illustrator document is wholly dependent on the number of anchor points. But there's another interesting aspect to Illustrator, and we'll demonstrate this in the next segment, but it's resolution independent. What do you use it for, Andy, besides drawing cats? Well, I do logos in this program. I do a lot of my text work for things. I could do, for example, if I do a logo, think of it this way. Once you've done it in Adobe Illustrator, you can put it on a business card, or you can make it big enough to lay over the top of the City of London. It wouldn't look any different, is what I'm saying. It's resolution independent. When you change the size of an Adobe Illustrator document, all you're really doing is changing the math to fit the new size, unlike Photoshop. Now that leads us to something else too. Photoshop, you're taking photos. Now that does take talent, but when you take a photograph like this, there's talent involved in getting the photo right. But you're not drawing this thing, you're taking a photo of it. Illustrator is more of a creative artistic program. Now that doesn't mean that that's the only thing you can use it for, and if you're not artistically gifted, you're not going to be able to work with this program. But it does allow you to, in a sense, make that. That's not a photograph of a cat. It was drawn. It's not mine, but it was drawn. That's all I'm saying. It's a very creative program. So remember, in Adobe Illustrator, what we're working with is these anchor points like nails, and we'll actually do a lot of drawing, and these lines right here, which are the paths that connect them, almost like flexible rubber bands. Resolution independent is the way to go. That's what Adobe Illustrator is.